Hey folks, welcome back once again to Let's Play Final Fantasy X. I'm the mysterious JG. The camera is spinning around Yuna as she kind of rocks out with her staff. If you wait a really long time, which I did by accident while, playing with recording settings, you'll eventually get to see shots of the party members as they stand there grooving out, ready for Yuna to do what needs to be done. And what needs to be done at this point in the story is that Yuna needs to summon the Aeons, because this Jack says, "The Aeons!" and then Bamba goes, "The Aeons!" and then Jack goes, "Call them!" and they go, "Call us!" So we've got to call the Aeons. I'll enjoy Kumari and his feathery back thing, Sir Orin, and you have him flying around in the background, Riku. I thought we were going to get a butt shot of Titus, but now we switched away. And the cameras decided I would rather focus on Riku than Titus, but now it switches back around again. Reverse shot of the opening shot of the room. So the Guardians are just kind of hanging back, staring, waiting for Yuna to get on with summoning an Aeon, it looks like. I figured we would stop on Titus, because he's like the main character. No, it's basically just a big kind of fancy convoluted pan. Now it's going to come back and do another pan around Yuna. What we need to do though is summon the Aeons. Because what they've determined is that Yevon will merge with an Aeon, take control of it, and then they will defeat the Aeon that Yevon is merged with. Why they can't just beat up on Yevon, him/itself? I don't know. I mean, they just defeated the Aeon. They already defeated Jecht, which was the Aeon that Yevon had merged with, so I don't know. But anyway, the big twist shock ending is that we're being forced to fight the Aeons. And as I think I mentioned, although I shouldn't have in a previous video, spoiling this, yes, Yevon appears, and this one's weird. He splits into three. He takes over all three. You'd think he'd only take over one at a time. But as I mentioned, this is a lot more kind of shocking when you haven't played the international version where you get to fight against the Dark Aeons. And you might remember what I said about how that fight with Jecht was the last losable battle. If you're paying attention, you notice all of my guys have auto life. I didn't cast auto life on anybody. They have, for these battles, they have auto life status. There's no way to get this on an armor in the game, but in these fights they have auto life, which means that if they get killed, they're automatically brought back with the auto life status. Again, I'm not explaining this right. You get killed, auto life brings you back to life, and it brings you back to life with auto life already automatically applied. Basically, the Aeons can kill you as many times as they want. You will always come back. So I want to see if I've got any weapons with sensor on them. I don't. I'm going to give them a turn. Here's Kamisad attack. Kills Orin. Orin comes back automatically. Now I want Yuna to switch over to the Rod of Wisdom, because while you can't scan these enemies, it's interesting to note that once you've got Sensor, normally it gives you just a real brief one-line description of the enemies. This is what you get. Mindy, gotta say goodbye. Sandy, don't cry. She's apparently talking to Titus. And Cindy, I really use the deep fat fryer. As you see, they can be kind of hard to hit. Their stats are actually pretty high. I mean, they're Aeons. Like, they may or may not have the same stats as the Aeons would have when you fight against them. But they're nowhere near as dangerous as the Dark Aeons, even if you didn't have auto life, which means the battles are unlosable. They can be difficult to hit, but Gotta say goodbye. Okay, no problem. Goodbye. Don't worry, I'm not gonna cry. One of the reasons I switched to the party with maxed out characters is the fact that you can't lose means there's no inherent drama in these fights. They're just kind of silly. You just keep whittling away at them until they finally fall. And it can be very difficult. Some of the Aeons have really high agility and you can't hit them, so you have to use magic against them. They have high magic defense, but it's the only thing that will hit them. It's just it can be a really long, annoying battle that you can't lose. Now the music is really cool. You've already heard it if you've been watching this LP in order because they recycle that music for Penance. But this is, of course, where it actually originates, is this fight, because the Penance fight was added to the international version, which is basically a re-release.
Oh God.
I mean,
I've thrown the world's economy into chaos in my deep fat fryer.
please claim the taint. The deep fat friars. Yuna doesn't look very happy. Let's cheer her up by killing Yojimbo. Because you have to destroy all the Aeons. Maybe I should have stuck with that other save where we only had 5 Aeons because it would go faster, but I wanted to show you guys the triumphant, and by triumphant I mean kind of tragic battle with all the Aeons. Well, I don't remember whether I set summon. I think summon is still on short instead of full length, so now you could judge whether it's good or bad that we're not watching the full-fledged summoner thing. Take my life. No problem. Wow. I was hoping I would last more than a round. You know, this kind of fiery, burning, whatever the hell spirit is. It's like, wow, that one really hurts. Like, man, the Magus sisters, those sweet little girls, but Yojimbo, he was so cool. Alright, trying to join your son Seymour. Yeah, now I'm kind of wishing I'd set the summon animations to long form so you get one last chance to see all the summons. You can summon Aeons to fight other Aeons here. There's no point though. Like if I used Valefor to fight Anima and let Anima defeat Valefor, I'd still have to summon Valefor and let Valefor get possessed by Yuyeb and defeat Valefor. You'll notice it's a list of Aeons. What you've got that like dramatic shot of Yuna and a list of Aeons. It's not using the summon command to summon the Aeons because it doesn't matter if the Aeons have a full health meter or if they've been defeated. Since the last time you had a save point, you still get to summon them for the block. Thus I atone. That's a pretty cool quote actually for this. And the U Pagodas continue to power up the Aeons, just pointlessly. They will power up these Aeons who don't actually get to ever defeat you no matter what. Oh, she's got the sensor. I switched her away from the ultimate weapon, so she doesn't have, her damage is capped, otherwise she would have one-hit KO'd Anima, which would have been kind of fun. I think I mentioned that, when off-screening to get here with this party, Yuna one-hit KO'd Seymour by running up to him and hitting him in the nuts with her, scepter wand thing. It's pretty awesome. I like Nirvana to the nuts. Oh, not you, Anima, but now we're down to the ones that are not considered secret. The game's been out forever. None of those Aeons are secret. As a matter of fact, Final Fantasy X do. All the Aeons, secret or otherwise, pop up. So it's not like, you know, I guess theoretically somebody could play through Final Fantasy X, never encounter the secret Aeons, and then when the secret Aeons show up and Yuna acts like she knows what they are, she'll be like, oh, and there's a spoiler. The Aeons do show up and play a part in Final Fantasy X too, but not much of a spoiler because they recycle pretty much everything. So anyway, here's Bahamut. and he hunches over in pain so that, well, he was, and now he's standing upright again. He gets possessed by you, Yevon. I was hoping this would happen. Titus is going to be the one to defeat Bombers.
You're that little purple hoodie boy. You're not going anywhere.
Soon, eternal rest.
Yeah, I wish I could make it slow. But one hit KO.
I should have made Titus talk like Krillin. I thought it did. I mean, throughout the update, not just a minute ago. It's like, you're a crybaby. Don't cry.
Shut up. This sucks. I have to kill the Aeons. And then I gotta go out with this crybaby kid. Shiva, save me!
Somehow you, Yevon, will continue to fly around and be inassailable until we destroy all the Aeons that Yuna could potentially call. I mean, it somehow knows whether or not Yuna has more Aeons that she could be calling, and it won't come out until she's called all of them. I mean, at the end, it's gonna kind of come down. Please defeat me.
No problem.
In the end, it's gonna kind of come down to the fact that the Aeons are doomed because it seems like when you, Yevon, is gone, the magical secrets of summoning go with them. There is no summoning after you, Yevon, is gone. So I don't know why Yuna has to personally kill all of her Aeons, because they're gonna go once the dream of the faith, once you, Yevon, is destroyed and the faith cluster is broken up and all that blah blah blah, and Dream's Anakin dies, the Aeons go too. So making her personally kill the Aeons is just kind of mean. And it does kind of make me wonder if all those poses she does with her arms are actually necessary. I love his little horn poking through like it's, Is it safe out there? Is anyone going to shoot at my horn before I stick my head out? Possessed by you, Yevon. Yeah, we kind of knew this was coming. And Ixion would make a stupid core for Sin. Lightning Horse Sin, oh my god. End it right here.
Okay. No problem, yeah?
Again, what are we missing by me using the fully powered up characters to win? Just a lot of turns of slowly chipping away at these guys who are not allowed to defeat you anyway. Although I guess it's a bit more dramatic if it seems like the fights are a struggle, and that, you know, it takes a lot of my best techniques to defeat these things, but no, it's all illusory. You can't actually be defeated. I've won this game several times. I've always done this. I just go in reverse order. Somehow it just seems like the most... Like, Veil 4 should be last. It was her first Aeon. It's the Aeon she has when we first got her in our party. First time Titus meets her, she's known Veil 4 longer than she's known Titus. But, gotta do it first. Who's been floating around in Final Fantasy games since they started having summons.
Hey, you should be using the Brotherhood sword, Titus. That's got like water strike.
I'll just have to defeat him using my ball. Down goes Zephyrs.
that one's stone. Oh well. There can't be much left but the door. Oh my god.
And Yuna summons Veil 4. Kind of a teary moment. I mean, no girl ever forgets that magical moment in her life. She met her first Aeon. It's like the first time you have a crush on a boy. Your first Aeon. Go ahead. Strike me down. I think we should be Yuna do it.
Okay, I'll make this quick.
Oh wow. Oh, she has break damage limit on her never mind, it's not just physical attacks. Spells too. Oh well, Yuna didn't get to do it. It's like, don't worry, Yuna, I know that's going to be difficult for you. So, as your boyfriend, I've decided to murder this thing for you.
Thanks, Titus. You're a sweetheart. Wow, that sucked. Anyway, time to scroll around until the game realizes I don't have any Aeons left.
And the game realizes she doesn't have any Aeons left.
Alright, there's that asshole.
And it turns into... Ooh, the little... Ah, so that's what that creepy spidery Gazertoid symbol comes from. It's that thing. It actually is you, Yevon. Weird. I would have thought he'd be taller. Or maybe a guy.
Everyone? This is the last time we fight together. Okay?
Okay.
Huh? What I'm trying to say is...
There's always a monster in it, yeah?
After we beat you, Yevon, I'll disappear.
I'm ghosting, see you.
What are you talking about?
You knew this, didn't you, Yuna?
Well, I was kinda hoping maybe... Crap.
Yep. Would have been sweet to get together, little lady, but I'm afraid I gotta go.
But... I saved myself for you.
I'm saying goodbye.
Not now.
Wait till after we beat you, Yevon.
I know it's selfish, but this is my story.
Yuna can have the next game. Riku, you can have the game after that, which thankfully won't happen.
We gotta scan this thing. You Yevon possesses Aeons. Well, apparently he's got Aeons in his pocket. He's immune to scans. Just to create some semblance that this is going to be like an epic boss battle, let's not use the guys who have huge damage output to fight it. Cast Kuraga on itself, You know, I haven't used I don't know, this might finish it off, but I don't think we've ever used Ultima Fury. Come on, damn it, jeez. And we haven't really gotten that many chances to see the Onion Knight in action. Okay, this won't finish it off, but it'll put a pretty good hurt on it. And Ultima Fury, even if it doesn't do that crazy amount of damage, it looks cool. Both Yubigotas stop. Oh, and by the way, this thing is actually susceptible to some interesting stuff. It's another bet. You can't lose this one. Uh-oh. I don't think I've ever never noticed how kooky this music gets. We decreased its ability to heal itself. You can also zombify it. One of the few bosses you can use zombie on, which is awesome because now when it Karagas itself, it hurts itself. And kind of makes me wish that I hadn't used a magic break on it. I can't steal Gil from you, Yevon? What do you mean this ancient spirit of summoning power doesn't have money? Has nothing to steal because it's the last fight of the game. And let's let Titus actually kill himself by defeating this thing. Yeah, getting pretty epic here. And is that an even more of a Yevon core coming out of what we already thought was Yevon's core? This little glowy piece that floated out of it. I don't know, they defeated the spider thing, now the pagodas have surrounded it and they're sort of glowing and sort of dissipating, and this would appear to be the end of this thing. Can't really picture coming back from that. And might seem like weird timing, but I'm going to call it a video. Because when we come back, folks, it's going to be the ending of Final Fantasy X. I've put some thought into it. You know, not a huge amount of thought. I haven't been, like, torturing myself for weeks. But I've been trying to decide, because this is my favorite video game ending ever, pretty much. So I had been wondering, you know, I know of at least one person, and there might be more, whose first exposure to this game and its story and its characters and all that is my LP. And it's weighed on my mind at one or two points that I really do like this story, and it really did seem like there were points where me joking around and making fun of it, as I always do with these RPGs. Well, this is my favorite RPG. Should I really be making fun of the story? Should I really be making silly, dirty puns while Yuna and Titus are supposed to be developing their relationship or whatever? And Wakka's learning not to be a racist prick, and you know, Lulu is learning that she's stronger than she was when some events that we never saw that happened before the game began took place, and Riku's learning to wear pants or whatever. You know, should I be making fun? But that's kind of how the LPs worked, and if it bothers you that I do that, then you probably would have ditched this LP by now. So, in the next video, we're going to have the ending, and I'm going to treat it the same as anything else in the game I'm going to make. I'm not going to prepare in advance, I'm just going to make comments as we go, and that'll be it for this LP. But if you've never seen the ending of this game before, and you're interested in how the story's going, I'm going to throw it out there. You might want to find another video on YouTube of the end of this game and then come back and watch my version. Alright, just saying. Then again, if, you know, this whole time it's been a kind of together experience, you, gentle viewer, mysterious, and to me, quasi-fictional internet person, getting to hang out with Mysterious JG and play through this game, and that's the way you want to bring it home, well, of course, I appreciate that. And I certainly hope anybody who watches this LP and chooses to watch the ending without my comments will come back and watch the ending with my comments afterwards. Because again, LPing, it's fun, it's great. It's kind of like using the interwebs to bring back the experience of playing video games with your friends when you were a kid. And some of you still are kids. But anyway, that's enough blathering. The point is, it's my favorite ending. I really like it a lot. even referenced it a little bit during a Rumble Roses LP just because I thought it would be hilarious to have the Black Belt Demon in Yuna's position here. But the fact that I really like this ending, and, you know, I've seen science fiction fantasy movies and TV series and you know, read books where I didn't get as into the ending as I did for this game, but I'm going to make fun of it, and that's going to happen in the next video. This is Mysterious JG. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.